Welcome to the Olga Express Show. I'm your host, Olga. And how you doing? How you doing? Happy holidays. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend holiday. Maybe for some of you, you're still having a holiday right now. Boy, do I have a lot I want to get into. Woo! Well, let me just say, obviously we know Tom McDonald dropped one, right? Ghost last week. And I'm going to do a reaction video. But I am determining whether I'm going to do it at the end of this video like I usually do, or I'm going to take a quick break after this and go back live to just do a completely independent reaction video. But definitely today. What do you guys think about that? The Ghost, the new Ghost song. Then I want to get into the White House's Christmas tree and ornaments and stuff just real quick. Because again, I just love how people are like, that's not really happening. Oh, you're looking into it. Or again, conspiracy theory, which I'm also thinking about going to Rumble, maybe that second half hour of this live, because that way I can do exactly and say exactly what I want to say, how I want to say it. Because they're tracking everything, no matter what. Whether I say something that's not censored or not, the social credit thing is already happening by the mere fact that they're tracking us. Okay. So with that being said, then I'm also going to talk about the, did you guys see the Elon Musk and what he said about conspiracy theory? Okay. We'll go through that a little bit. We'll touch base on that. And then I'm going to go into Billy Boy. Billy Goats Gates, that little fucktard. Anyway, and I want to break down his body language. You guys know how, not recently have been doing a lot about that, but I want to go back to how I interpret the body language, the words they used, the facial expressions. And I just want to share my insight on how I really see it. So I don't really need, like I always say, to me, the facts sometimes are right there, and we have human instinct for a reason. So I think I've got a bunch of clips that I'm going to share about that. It's just, we live in such fuckery. I think that'll be interesting. And I'd much rather talk about them, him, it, Billy Goats, because how the media, they always want to put in front of us what they want us to look and talk about. Like Meghan Markle and that whole Netflix thing. Like, who cares? Anyway, here's to a merry, jolly holiday. Merry Christmas, all the above. I include everybody. Because, Christ is about love, okay? So I include everybody. I don't have to say every single place, Happy Hanukkah and all that stuff. I mean, it's all inclusive. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if you don't believe in Christ. You believe in love. I'm sure of it. So here's to a little coffee. And thank you for all those who support me. I do need your support. Every way counts. A like, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that all notification bell. If you know I'm coming live, hit the notify me so you don't miss me. And of course, you can plug in whenever or watch the replay. Make sure to comment. Your comments are my fuel. I do read them. I will respond. I do have a locals. Again, join me in so many different places. All the links are in the description below. So, and before I get started, I got my little disclaimer that I like to do. I think it's important. Hope you guys can hear me and see me and all is well. Viewers' discretion advised. Welcome back. If it's your first time here, awesome to have you. If you've been here before, welcome back, my love. Let's see who's already with me in the live chat. You guys are my fuel. You know it. Like the blood running through my veins. Mary Tasha, welcome. Great to see you. Hola, Olga. Let's see. From the always beautiful and sunny Glendale, Arizona. Ah, God, I love your demeanor. You're always such a sunshine. ¿Cómo estás, Olga? Yo estoy bien. Like, I'm good. But I'm getting it together. Monday, I like changed my mind on what shirt to wear, what look I was going to have because of the reaction video. Because I've noticed that I'm like, sometimes, when I come with my suit because I have meetings and whatnot, then I'm like, anyway, but it is a holiday week, at least in this part of the world. And again, even if you're watching, you don't know what to say, drop an emoji. They mean more than 1,000 words, and I love them. I made it back home just in time to catch your live today. What? That's awesome. Let's get this party started. Yeah. See how your energy can totally make, break, change, you name it. Yeah, I definitely have, talk about getting the party started, Mary Tasho. I'm definitely going to get decked out, partied up. Hope you guys will join me live on Friday, right before the New Year's Eve. It's all about setting the intention. Plus, if you know me, I'm always looking for reasons to party and have a good time. Life is short, And I mean, whether it's short or not, right? It's the moments that make life. So it's just, why not, have fun? I just feel like we take things too serious, or we let the drama get to us. And at the end of the day, there's no tomorrow guaranteed. You know what I mean? So at some point, okay, when we talk business here, we're serious for 5-10 minutes, maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3, 5 tops. And then let's let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Instead of let it snow. The party's just getting started. And I'm... I can't think of the word because, of course, I'm live. No script, ad lib. I would love for anybody to come up with a good sentence or two to match. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Hey, I know. I'm goofy. That's the point, right? Who says you can't be smart and goofy? I don't think you can be that smart if you can't be goofy. Do you know what I'm saying? There'd be like a short circuit with all that intelligence and all that seriousness all day long. Or at least some of us have to be goofy. You know what I mean? I remember a priest of mine, my priest, who passed away many years ago. I miss him, love him dearly. And I never cared for, the church, priest, all that stuff. But this guy, he was special. And when I first came to the U.S. and I hooked up with some Spanish friends, literally from Spain, and they were like, Father Victor, but they would say it in Spanish, Padre Victoriano. And they're like, Olga, man, I mean, she seems like a really nice girl and this and that, but is she like a little crazy, right? And he goes, Olga? Nah. And he barely knew me. And I was like, he said, what? He's like, yeah. And then we got together, like some kind of like get together in a friend's house. The priest is invited, he comes over. They mention it again. And he goes, listen, if there wasn't for people like Olga in the world, we'd all be neurotic. And I was like, damn. I was really young and I was like, it meant a lot. It meant a lot because they had so much respect for him. He could be a priest. I mean, he was a priest his whole life. But he was a scholar. He had like 3 different PhDs. I forget exactly. I know one was in psychology. I forget the other 2. But he was just so down to earth, so real, like everything you'd want, I think, in a priest, like a real priest. Good, humble, sweet, loving, kind, grateful, intelligent, witty. And he was very shy, but he loved me. He had no problem with my big mouth and all my shit at all. I don't know if I should already. Nah, can't get into that story. I'll probably tell you the story over at Locals. I told him about my sexual peak of the day. There's a certain time. He was like, really? And people were like, you told the priest what? So I'm not going to get into it here because let's get into, like I said, the Billy Bob's, Billy Gates goats, Bill Gates, little Elon Musk, conspiracy theory comment, and the White House's Christmas tree, and this weird shit that you can't make this up. They just don't care because we don't believe it, right? We're so desensitized, or so they think. I challenge anybody to challenge my point of view. Matter of fact, it's a little hard on live. That's why Locals is even better. But either way, because anybody can write a chat and come back like, I disagree with you. Okay, that's fine. But what would be great is to do the live. And I'm thinking, maybe not today, maybe today, putting my phone number in the chat. And anybody who wants to debate me, I'll put you on speaker. We'll debate live. What do you think? Anyway, let me know. It's all about us being able to talk, connect in the most authentic, real way. Drew Dad, welcome. Olga, oh, I love the emoji with the hearts in the eyes. Olga, exclamation. Emoji, hearts in the eyes. Chat, exclamation. And little hearts coming out. I mean, is that how I make you feel? Because that's freaking awesome. It takes one to know one. That's how you guys make me feel. Mary Tasho, you mean all the demons everywhere? I'm not talking just about the evil subhumans, exclamation, exclamation. You think? So I'll go when you go to Rumble. Tell all your peeps to go to Rumble when you won't be censored. Yes, thank you, Mary. Will do. Thank you. You got my back. I'm hoping that, everybody reads your chat. And if for some reason I forget to say it again, of course I'm going to say it because I'm not going to exit without saying it. But anyway, not given, not given. Hey, he's like, don't change your look. Oh, you mean continue my little mostly predominantly suits? My little blazers? That's definitely my signature. I've been wearing that for years. I remember back in the 90s too. I'd wear it with a scarf and everyone's like, you look like a stewardess. And I was really young and I was like, I don't know, I feel it, man. I just like the mix of like the feminine and masculine energy. Like that's always been my sweet spot. You know? Not that I can't wear a dress and all that, but I like to give it that. If you guys look at my website and look at some of my events or my social media handles for my events, the charge station, you'll see that I have a certain look. No matter what I'm wearing, it's, with makeup, hair, and all that, and the glamour or the sparkles and whatnot, it's the suit. Know what I mean? With some heels. That's my thing. So, oh, look at that. I like that. Look at True Dad. With the two emojis again, with the hearts in the eyes and the hearts coming through the face, are signs of respect from me in a YouTube stream chat. I appreciate that. I really do. You're good in my book. I like your style. That's awesome. So what's up? What do you think? You think everybody's like out and about still with the holidays? What's going on? All right, let me start screen sharing. Since we are talking about the holidays and we are in the holiday season, we'll start with the White House. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. All right. You see this, my friends? Do you see this? Okay. What do you think about this? Did you guys already see this? Pretty sure I already zoomed it in. Now look at the bottom of this tree. And not to like go in, but I got that whole background with astrology and the esoteric. And if you don't know, I'm here to tell you. This, for me, not only does it have pagan roots, but for me, does it not remind you of the thorns on Jesus Christ's head? I know anybody could be like, oh, you're pushing it. I get it. But still, who does that on the bottom of a Christmas tree? Seriously. And of course, they're showing they're not Christian. Where's the nativity? Isn't that the traditional thing? Isn't the whole reason for Merry Christmas, Christ? Just saying. Having an issue with there. And then one, I guess maybe this is another cardinal. Hey, by the way, what do you guys think about my cursor? I just made this one today just so that when I'm pointing at stuff, you guys can see better. Does it work? Do you like it? You like my little... But how about that cardinal right there? Cardinal, the Vatican. Okay. Let's just have fun with this bullshit. Then I zoom in to one of the other pictures. Because see, right? See, she has a little collage here, little Jill Biden. And then when you go and you zoom into the wreath picture, Now you see my cursor. Now you see why I made the cursor. What's that, guys? What is that? Seriously? And then the worst part to me, because it doesn't seem so obvious, but who puts a wreath with 2 ears on it? It's clearly not a bow. That's not decorative. And it's literally like right there. And what's up with the 6 candle holders here, aka light, and over here? I mean, yeah, 6 and 6 would make 12, but like 6, really? Okay, all right, you're right. But I think it's even more disturbing that we the people's right underneath this shit. And I don't know why. It's just instinct, guys. I'm not trying to read into it, but with all the little people here. I know we can look at it as like, oh, it's just decoration. It's just something to look at and have a good time watching. Nah. And why isn't there nobody inside these windows? No silhouettes or anything. Right? Like at least Home Alone. I'm not feeling it at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Making sure, actually, wait. Every time I want to do like multiple things and I'm like, wait, where's my screen? Hold on. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you guys aren't even seeing this. This one, guys. You see that? Do you see my cursor up there? Do you see it now? Do you? I can't tell if you guys can see it or not. Do you see the cursor and the little... Literally, I wish I could zoom it in more to show that it's Baphomet to me. What do you guys think? Are you kidding me? You can't see my little cursor. All right, well, if you can't see my cursor, look right above this blue-green so-called reef with the 2 so-called ears. Because what else is that? I'm looking at your chats, man. I need to get into this one. Okay, you see it? Yeah, you guys can see my cursor. Yeah, I think I finally can see it. What's up, guys? Oh, I thank you, not given. Going back to that little suit remark. Woman in a suit is hot. I agree. Men in suits are hot too. Men and I like the mixture. You know what I mean? I like that. I like the keeping it fresh. So that's it. I'm not going to continue going into the, you get it. Look it up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And then, am I still seeing? Okay. And then we got our Elon Musk guy over here. And if you guys haven't, I don't get paid or anything by Post Millennial, but I do like their work. And so they posted almost every conspiracy theory that people have had about Twitter turned out to be true. Elon Musk. Did you guys see this video? Watch it right here. Hopefully you guys can hear.
A receding gums and decaying teeth ruining your life. All it takes is 7 seconds before bed to restore years' worth of decay and never set foot in an expensive dental office.
Hey, the Twitter files. How much longer are these going to go on? It seems like every week another drop, and these are pretty controversial. How much longer are the Twitter files going to go on in your mind? Yeah. And maybe why is this important to you to make sure that people understand the stuff? Yeah.
I think it's important to, if we're going to be trusted in the future, to kind of clear the decks for stuff that's happened in the past. So, to be totally frank, almost every conspiracy theory that people had about Twitter turned out to be true. So,
as soon as I saw this guy's face, I've been bugging out about the stuff that he said about the Uyghurs in China. Did you guys hear about that? I'm gonna play that real quick right after this, because I'm just like, it's funny how he's still. I mean, obviously, I know he knows his stuff in his field. He used to work for, I believe it was Facebook. We'll see that in a second, but let's finish this clip.
Is there a conspiracy theory about Twitter that didn't turn out to be true? So far, they've all turned out to be true. And if not, more true than people thought.
Is there a part of the files that really shocked you more than the rest of them? Like, of the things that have been disclosed? of all of these things, is there something that really sticks out with you as like, holy shit, I had no idea this was happening? Or is the whole thing just a big dumpster fire? We're just looking at one huge thing. You know, like PSYOPs versus the Hunter Biden thing versus the
number of FBI people involved, that was
the
pretty
FBI
shocking.
stuff is pretty intense.
Yeah, the FBI PSYOP stuff to me was probably the one that was the most insidious. Like the rest of it, I could think of like, you know, a bunch of overzealous libs got used.
Yeah.
Got it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But to have like a secure skiff that essentially sends things that, you know, government agents want the populace to basically think, it seems like out of a really bad dystopian novel. And then it turns out it existed. And then it also, the thing is, it couldn't have just existed at Twitter. So what are we going to do about all the other places where this shit's happening?
YouTube, Facebook,
That's why none of it seemed that surprising to me. I mean, I don't know, maybe I just believed all the conspiracy theories, but I've also been inside some of these companies and seen how they operate. So honestly, none of it was a surprise to me. Was it a big shock to you, Elon?
Wait. You Freeberg, you were, I think you can claim that you weren't surprised that these companies were shadow banning, although they denied it. But did you really suspect that the FBI was playing a role in flagging content for these companies to take down? That blew me away.
Content that's got nothing to do with like terrorism.
Yeah, they're not investigating crimes. Like, there's no crime.
Right.
Yeah, they literally flagged satire. Maybe they didn't get the joke. I don't know, but
they don't seem to be a humor-driven group, but they don't seem to have the best senses of humor. But aren't they supposed to get warrants? Isn't that how it's supposed to work in a democracy? They want information
they're
about
asking
users.
favors of their friends. Yeah, they're all friends.
That's the thing that's troubling to me. Put yourself on either side of the extremes.
Okay. So then you go to this guy, right? He was just talking, right? And this is from a while back, but let's just get a refresher on what he says about soul searching in social media. Okay. As you can see, it's a long clip. All right. Let me go right here. All right. Yeah, you guys can see it better. Hold on. What's going on? Let's see. Just want to make sure you guys can see what I see. Share this instead. Yes. There we go. Okay. Check this out.
The world we are. It literally is a point now where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works. That is truly where we are. And I would encourage all of you, as the future leaders of the world, to really internalize how important this is. If you feed the beast, that beast will destroy you.
I love how they call it the beast, right? Because we really are living in the beast system. And if you just listen and just be like, okay, why? They could use any other word. But they keep saying beast.
If you push back on it, we have a chance to control it and rein it in. And it is a point in time where people need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. And it's not an American problem. This is not about Russian ads. This is a global problem.
This is from like 5 years ago.
So we are in a really bad state of affairs right now, in my opinion. It is eroding the core foundations of how people behave by and between each other. And I don't have a good solution. You know, my solution is I just don't use these tools anymore. I haven't for years. It's created huge tension with my friends, huge tensions in my social circles. If you look at my Facebook feed, I've posted maybe 2 times in 7 years, 3 times, 5 times. It's less.
So he sounds like, he's giving advice. He's telling you how he really feels. He's got some insight. He's got the experience. And then you see this, and this is in many places, but in this occasion, it's in New York Post. And because I had seen this video circulating everywhere about how nobody cares about the Uyghurs or Uyghurs. I know, I always say it wrong. And to me, again, with the body language, right?
Nobody cares about. Let's be honest, nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Okay, you bring it up because you.
So here's a post when the NBA says we stand for justice. Don't forget there are those who sell their soul for money and business, like at Chamath, who's just this guy, the owner of Warriors, who says, in quote, nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. When genocides happen, it is people like that let it happen. Shame! Exclamation. This is posted by Enes Freedom or Ens Freedom, ENES Freedom. And this is just a clip.
Nobody cares about. Let's be honest, nobody cares about what's happening to the Uyghurs. Okay, you bring it up because you really care, and I think that's nice that you care. The rest of us don't care. I'm just telling you a very hard.
Wait, you're saying you personally don't care?
I'm telling you a very hard, ugly truth. Okay, of all the things that I care about, yes, it is below my line. Okay, of all the things that I care about, it is below my line.
Disappointing.
Why is he acting so like it's below my line? Like, why is he acting like he's annoyed by this, right? He's like, and I think what I appreciate is his sincerity. Like, you know what? I'm not going to say what people want or expect me to say. Not just me personally, but what the world wants me to say, right? That we care, these people are dying. But it's the way he delivers it. I appreciate, like I said, I appreciate the honesty. We should appreciate the honesty. Always, again, especially with the free speech. You know me, I'm all about freedom. But I'm telling you, it's like everyone's in these little bubbles. But yet we put them up there like they're the experts, which is where this goes into the next series that I'm getting into now of Billy Gates. So yeah, I mean, we can go on for days and days, but then, and the reason why I'm going on the Billy Gates thing is, is the whole catastrophic contagion meeting that also ties into 201. If you guys didn't know about that or already heard about it. And again, I'm not going to tell you what everybody else is telling you. That's what the Olga Pérez show is all about. Doing it differently. And so, of course, you see our little BFF over here, right? Right. And this looks pretty serious. But of course, anything can be staged nowadays. And they can sell it to us as it's real. But here it is. The Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security in partnership with the WHO, who's funded by Bill Gates. And then look on the bottom here. Johns Hopkins, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Now, you know he got divorced not too long ago. But she was his partner. They didn't act to me or seem to me as if they really were having a divorce, like a classic divorce, that they were upset or heartbroken or anything like that. I'm going to include a couple snippets of some interviews that they had, both of them, with their remarks about their relationship. But again, I'm doing this specifically. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. See, I thought, that's because I'm not right. Sorry. See, when I go from tab to tab, I have to click on it. Did you guys see about this? So they had a pretend if a pandemic happened, right? And that was 201. And it was about COVID. And it was in October of 2019. Then, now they're having this one. And just like there's tidbits everywhere. I know they've scrubbed the internet. It's hard to find. But seek and thou shalt find. And so, you know how it is, right? You go down the rabbit holes. And you go, okay. Let's see the window. Let's see. Right? And you go, all right, 201, they have the highlights reels. So I recommend that you guys go look at this. And then segment 1, segment 2. I mean, it's still out there. But a lot of the stuff that they were talking about is no longer out there. Like literally videos of them saying that this was going to happen. Just like they just did with, hold on, where was I? With this one, with the Sears severe epidemic enterovirus, which is like the polio, respiratory syndrome 2025. Now, although this does say this is a fictional scenario, they spend all this money getting together, making all these events. So this is 11 minutes long. But I recommend that you guys see this. I recommend that I'm just looking at these people going, don't they look like regular people? Next door neighbor, friends, acquaintances, right? And they're these godlike type creatures. I don't mean to keep snapping around, but let's listen to little Billy Gates here with preparing for the next pandemic. And I encourage you to watch his body language. But again, my point is, who is this guy? And why is, because he's paying for everything. So of course, and if you're a journalist and of course you want to interview him and you're like, I got an interview with him. But you're also limited to what you can ask and what can you post out there because he's part of paying for all that to be out there. Oh, wait. For the video part. Yeah. So that you can hear it better. Switch it up.
Global is that when you have outbreaks, that you detect them early and you contain them before they go global. Less than 2% of the deaths.
Because he's a doctor, he's an expert, he's this super power scientist.
In the first 100 days. Infectious disease is an exponential phenomena. And so if you let it run, then it's very difficult to rein it back in. The true
because you've had so much experience with pandemics,
variance
Bill.
Between the death rates in countries with similar GDPs is quite dramatic. You have almost
Where's your proof, Bill? Where's your proof? Where is it? Where are the numbers? Because there's plenty of people that pulled up the numbers, and that's wrong. But again, you say it. They put it out there. It's the truth. You little...
And the poor performers, where sadly the U.S. Is in that poor performer category. And there's clear things that they did. If those were done early around the outbreak, then you could prevent it from spreading to lots and lots of countries. So that certainly should be the goal, is to not let it go global.
And we'll explore some of those very specific things that countries and institutions can do to help prevent the next pandemic. President Kagame, let me ask you, what do you see as the top lessons that we've learned?
I can't. I mean, can anybody take this serious, please? Okay. So then, but like I said, I encourage you to look up 201 event and then look up the catastrophic contagion that just happened a few months ago. Right? The Sears. I just can't how it's right in our face. And when I'm talking to my regular friends, family, they're like, what? Just like what's happening in Paris. I was just talking to my mom. I called her yesterday to wish her Merry Christmas and to talk to her. And she's like, what happened in Paris? And my mom's on top of stuff. And I was like, no, I really don't know. I just saw, some cars lit on fire or whatnot. And apparently I kind of looked at it, but I don't want to get into it today because I really want to make sure that for anybody questioning this Bill Gates and the plandemic, and again, like I said, this is why I can't go really further into it, because anything I say, they flag me like, oh, all right, she's trouble. My social credit, although I spent my whole life helping people. But of course, if I don't obey, which is why I'm calling everybody else out in the self-help genre, empowerment, because this is empowering. The truth has to be there, has to be discussed without filters, without sugarcoating. That's the only way. But I get it. They're all concerned. Me, I don't care. I'm done. Like, to me, I've already lost it all. My head, my mind, to me, you can't take away what the universe has already showed me. What's in power here. Like, what's real. You know what I mean? And what really matters. Not about taking a side, kissing ass, selling out. No. All right, hold on. You guys see me? All right. So here's this other video clip. On the Today Show. Of course, I don't watch television. I don't have cable. But for the purpose of my point. So the billionaire Bill Gates says now is the time to prepare for the next pandemic again. Just like he was talking about before, the first one, right? And then this one. And there's going to be more, guys. It won't end on the 2025. But it's so curious. Like I said, if you go and look at the catastrophic contagion. They're actually, the little make-believe video even says that, or they pretend that it's going to start in Brazil. Now, what are we going to do if that actually happens? I don't know. Did you guys see it? Should I play that before I go to continue with the Billy Gates bullshit? All right, hold on. Let me see. Oh. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to. Let's just do it. And then I'll come back to this one.
Officials in 2 Latin American countries alerted the WHO of several outbreaks of a new infectious disease that's mysteriously appearing across the region. Severe epidemic enterovirus respiratory syndrome 2025. Over the past 6 weeks alone, there have been 500 confirmed or suspected cases reported. The virus could cause a severe pandemic if early containment and mitigation efforts are not successful.
The pandemic in this type of situation and trend would be a risk for the global health security.
Pandemics are inherently political, financial, and so much broader.
We have not spoken on the leadership in country. And I think that we need to be also very careful. We cannot decide a lot of things without the leaders be involved and agree on that.
Look at that. Like, we don't exist. We have to decide. We have to make sure that we got the leaders that are non-elected. But we can't even talk about the elect. You know what I mean? Because now there's no doubt that your vote really doesn't count. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys fill in the blanks. And so here we go.
We need to be also very careful. We cannot decide a lot of things without the leaders.
We can't decide a lot of things without the leaders. And the leaders, they're the experts. Right. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody would be fired in my book.
Be involved and agree on that.
There is no substitute for national leadership.
It's important to...
Yeah, just keep talking. There's no substitute. Everybody loves to talk. There's no substitute for national leadership. Really. Look what's happening in Brazil, guys. Isn't that funny? That in this video is going to show you how... Or wait, did it already showed you, right? Where it literally pointed out Brazil or not yet? Oh, yeah, it did. Right in the beginning. Okay. And what just happened to Brazil, guys? What just happened with their elect? What happened?
Support the local response or the national response.
So it's so set up. But no, we're crazy and we're conspiracy theorists. But that's where the old thing with the whole Twitter files and Elon Musk going, yeah, how about for that? That it was and it was worse than we thought. Really?
In those these areas first, enabling them with the tools, protecting them, and if needs be, regional solidarity first.
At this stage, communication is key, and communication should include not just scientists with data, but also social, religious, and political leaders.
Trust. This is an essential issue, and trust was broken among countries, between populations and healthcare systems, between healthcare systems and governments.
I'm very sorry to say that.
Yeah, because you evil little stupid is that the truth is you suck and you're not good at it. Even for the fact that communism never has worked, and I know you think that this time we're gonna do it right. Can you imagine if the animals, the Lion Kingdom, had a communism? I mean, just think about the fact that even ants that choose to work together in their own colony, okay? But the scientists are so smart, but they don't know that basic shit. What, they never watched National Geographics? Just saying. Just to have fun with a very, very touchy and serious issue, okay? Just
2025, we need to strengthen the health system.
WHO needs to be a voice for the voiceless.
No one is safe until all of us are safe.
As of today, there have been an estimated 1 billion cases worldwide, with more than 20 million deaths, including nearly 15 million children. Countless millions are alive, but left with paralysis or brain damage. The most successful countries are those which invested in preparedness and trained for this moment years in advance. This included having full-time pandemic preparedness and response teams, which conducted detailed operational planning and routinely tested those plans through exercises and drills. If more countries had participated and heeded the guidance, the toll might have been much less.
Right. Again, this is only a fictional video, but it's out there for everybody to see. Predictive programming. No. And I know that there are people that really don't care. I know I've had someone I know say, well, hey, if people die, you know what I mean? Like, there are too many of us. Prove it to me. Even Elon Musk agrees that no, if anything, we face a collapse as a civilization. And we've done it before. I mean, there's places like Esther Island in South America that we still don't know what the hell happened there. But there's so many other more. But again, let's pretend that nobody knows about history, or a lot of people don't know. And then, hey, well, where's your proof? But what I find is the only way that most people get their ass moving is with hunger, sheer desperation. And so, of course, it's going to happen. And especially with our digital systems and then social credit, so that, and then, the universal basic income, and then boom. Well, at least we're getting paid. Signing off their rights, completely playing Russian roulette with their lives. And why? Because you don't want to be bothered, because it's overwhelming. I understand. But the truth is, it will not work. And if you know ahead of time, just like you know when it's going to rain, you take your umbrella, you would do different. That's a load of shit when people are like, I don't really have time. I got too much going on, or I'm just tired, or I'm just burned out. I get bullshit. Because if I come up to your house and I go, hey, I got a place to go. There's a place where you can live better. All that's, just jump in the back of my truck. Let's go. I don't have a truck. I'm just saying. Or my bus or whatever, or the van. You would do it. Okay. Now, so here he goes. Prepare for the next pandemic. The billionaire Microsoft co-founder who famously predicted in 2015, okay, and this is the Today Show. In 2015, that the world was unprepared for a pandemic, has published a new book on the subject. Again, the expert, the God, everyone working at this place, everyone who's writing this, Gina, nothing against you, sweetheart, but hey, Gina Vivineto, like, I guess you just got to pay your bills, right? Is that the video? Let me make sure. I want to push play. Okay, here we go.
And with a few key steps, we can make sure this won't happen again.
There's something strangely optimistic about this book. You've got a whole bunch of ideas on how to actually prevent the next pandemic.
Okay, ask
One
Kisser.
idea, you compare it to firefighters. We need kind of a global firefighting team.
Where does it tell you in this person's face that they're so smart? No, they're just an interviewer. But look, I'm an expert. I'm sitting with this expert. Such a joke.
That's ready to find the next pandemic and respond to it. How would it work?
Yeah, how would it work?
In firefighting, we're all trained to know that, there's the exit. The U.S. won't happen again.
There's something strangely optimistic about this book. You've got a whole bunch of ideas on how to actually prevent the next pandemic. One idea, you compare it to firefighters. We need kind of a global firefighting team that's ready to find the next pandemic and respond to it. How would it work?
Well, in firefighting, we're all trained to know that, there's the exit. The U.S. alone has over 300,000 full-time firefighters. So we take it seriously because if one house burns down, it can, affect an entire community. Pandemics are even worse. And we didn't practice. We weren't ready to go. A few countries that were more ready, like Australia, have 10% the deaths that we have. So the debate about exactly how to invest in that preparedness now is the right time, even though we're still trying to get out of this one.
Yeah, you've argued that basically pandemics, disease is inevitable, but pandemics are not. And if you spend billions now, you save trillions later.
Look at that body language. Oh, did you see that? And look at that smirk. And look how he looks away. That's what I meant to mention from the beginning of this video. Please make sure you look at his eyes and how he looks away. His eyes say it all. Besides his body language, we know that.
The debate about exactly how to invest in that preparedness now is the right time, even though we're still trying to get out of this one.
Yeah, you've argued that basically pandemics, disease is inevitable, but pandemics are not. And if you spend billions now, you save trillions later. Is that a pretty good summary of the book?
Yeah, big return.
Tell me about...
Do you see how he looks? Looks away? Yeah. What is that? You know what that is? I don't need to say it. Look at it. Yeah. Just keep on pushing it out, baby. Keep on pushing it out. I pay for everything.
But you have this germ team that you propose. We have the World Health Organization. Why isn't that enough?
Well, they're not funded, actually, to go to countries and practice.
He would know that because he funds them.
Not funded to fly in where there's an outbreak. So they need about $1 billion a year, 3,000 more people that would stay dedicated to pandemics. Pandemics don't come very often, so it's easy to take your personnel and go work on other things. And here, we'd make sure that this team had those skills.
Wait. I just saw the corner of my eye. Bay Trekker, welcome. He says, Olga, Bill Gates is completely wrong, and I'm qualified to say this since I have exactly, in capital letters, the same medical degree that he has, exclamation. What's that? What's that, Bay Trekker? I'm serious. Please let me know. Because moving on from that bullshit, and again, you guys can look it up. I just want to make sure we pay attention to this guy's face, regardless of anything else. Just please, just look at this guy.
So they moved a lot faster.
Okay.
So we a lot faster.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
So they moved a lot faster.
Okay, see this? And look at both their faces.
And so they moved a lot faster. So we, we'll have to prepare for
Is that
the
crazy?
next
Am
one.
I even talking to Siri? Did you guys see
You know,
Siri?
I'd say
Sorry
it's,
for that interruption. Siri, I'm not talking to you.
And so they moved a lot faster. So we, we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say is, will get attention this time.
So, that.
And so they,
I mean, I get it. They get off on this. My thing is, of course they're going to make us feel like we're crazy, stupid, paranoid, or you really just letting you know we're done. We have all the control. You've relinquished your control through your phone. Just by that alone. That's it. We got you. It's game over and done. But anybody who comes to me is like, well, Bill Gates said this one more time. They better come watch my episode 70 because you can see the links. And even if I don't play, because we'd be here all day if I played every single clip, just do that and then come talk to me. Okay? Or then look at yourself in the mirror. Then I'm going, all right, so he's not even an expert. He's clearly not even well. This guy is off. He's not even he's socially incompetent, I'm telling you. And then the divorce. Like he gives a shit. I don't feel love for this guy. It's not even, my point is, all humans are equals. I love everybody. It's the truth. For real. But I feel like he's such a low frequency, like he's got issues with himself. I'm telling you. He's not happy and he's not really convinced about himself. I'm telling you. But what else is he going to do with all that money? At least this way it makes him feel a little bit better. Like, who doesn't like power? Especially when you're a loser.
Melinda French Gates is opening up about her divorce from Bill Gates for the first time.
I think it's really important to say, look, I had a lot of tears for many days. I mean, days where I'm literally laying on the floor and the carpet, this close.
Now, I want to question why. Why would she have all these tears? 27 years of marriage. According to him in another clip, he talks about how, he's pretty okay and because they're still, running the foundation together, and that was the most important thing. And that's good. They're doing well. They're still working on that. But she was crying so hard. She was on the carpet. And I'm not trying to minimize it. Maybe she loved him. Maybe they really had love. I don't buy it. I don't feel it. And again, listen to the next thing she says.
Close to me thinking, how can this be? How can I get up? How am I going to move forward? And days I certainly was angry. That's part of the...
That's the key right there. What were you angry about? She's like, it certainly was the key. No. Don't be like you read one of those books like 7 degrees or 7 steps to divorce or, separation, loss, the 7 grievances and all that stuff. I got that. No. What were you angry about? That's the morsel that if I'm sitting across from her, I would have paused. I was like, give me 1 second, Melinda. What were you angry about? Like, let's hash it out.
This be, how can I get up?
People magazine, that's it. So this is the truth. Everybody just buys it.
Up. How am I going to move forward? And days I certainly was angry. That's part of the grieving process. You're grieving a loss of something you thought you had.
That's the other great morsel that she still gives, even when she's really not giving in-depth detail, right? But that you thought you had. What is it that you thought you had, Melinda?
Than thought you had for your lifetime.
In an exclusive interview that aired on CBS Mornings on Thursday, Melinda said that there wasn't one moment that led to their split. She also opened up about the affair Bill had with a staffer 20 years ago, which
that she knew about, that she even said, yeah, go ahead, go spend your time with her.
Spokesperson for the Microsoft co-founder had confirmed.
I certainly believe in forgiveness. So I thought we had worked through some of that. It wasn't one moment or one specific thing that happened. There just came a point in time where there was enough there that I realized it just wasn't healthy and I couldn't trust what we had.
Now, I appreciate her saying that because that's the kicker. What did he do? He gets away scot-free. Everybody else, their dirty laundry, all the famous celebrities, all that stuff, their shit comes out. We don't always see the whole truth, but right? But not in this case.
After 27 years of marriage, Bill and Melinda announced their split in May of 2021.
Okay. Then, so let's see what Billy Gates has to say about this. Well, here's on this one article, Bill Gates, it says, Bill Gates says his divorce from ex-wife Melinda French Gates was one of his, in quote, personal low points over the past few years. Does that sound like somebody who's heartbroken? Personal low point? Don't give me this shit. Don't tell me you're trying to be like, just, you don't want to get too dramatic. No, I'm not buying it. You said that because that's how you feel. You feel personal low point. What? You don't have your status quo, the look on paper? What? And you guys can look up the article. But I'm just saying, that got me. But what I can't, let me see, where is the one where maybe this is the one. Like, where's the video, though? That's a picture. I'm looking for the video where he was in a short clip of, that's his daughter. Was it here? Let me see. No, that wasn't it. Oh, no. I had the video clip of him literally talking about his divorce. I don't think it's. Oh, this is his daughter. Clearly, that's not. What did I do? All right. Well, there's a clip. There's a few interviews of him, and I'm just not feeling it. Don't feel bad. It's like there's just such disconnect, complete disconnect. And then this is the little quick clip of one of the clips of what's going on here. See, this freaking AI shit just takes over. I'm like, I didn't play. I closed it out. Why is it still playing? Anyway, this is what I was talking about in Paris. So I guess the little that I did look into it, says the Kurds. So what was happening in Paris had to do with the Kurds clash with Paris police for second day after killings. There was, I think, so far what I saw was like 3 killings. And so I was like, what's going on? And so there was some post about diversity. And here's diversity for you. And then this one's like the Kurds. I'm like, is it the Kurds? So I don't know if this is fact. I wanted to share this to see if you guys knew anything, because most people don't. So the reason why I kind of segued it to that is because I mentioned it, and I just wanted to make sure you guys knew what I was talking about and get your intel, get your, your point. What is this? So the segue is that, did you guys hear about it? And again, it's like, what is real? What is not real? What's important? What do they shove in our face? That's the reason why I'm going and I'm bouncing back and forth. And the fact that when people are like, oh, can you believe they were married? Let's get real. Let's talk about, let's get serious with this. Like, I feel like I'm in a world where I can't, people are, unless it's about like celebrities, and like, again, the Meghan Markle, and all that bullshit. So here I'm showing you guys how I always tell you, or I always share with you guys, let's see, what's the top stories on YouTube? Of course, if I refresh it after a few hours, a couple of the stories might change, but hey, my heart goes out for all the people that are suffering in this frigid storm and the blizzards that's been going around, and of course, here's some of the stories. Deadly blizzard brings whiteout conditions to New York State. There's frigid monster storm continues to wreak havoc in Buffalo. And then, officials say Ukraine drone shot down in Russia kills 3. Migrants, how about that? Migrants dropped off in front of Kamala Harris's house. Is that true? China to cut quarantine rules for overseas travelers. Again, the rules that they make up makes no sense. Again, with the pandemic and all that shit, it's like nothing you do is going to work because Mother Nature is stronger. Now, if you're out there making it happen so that you have a reason to control, I can buy that one. Easy. Easy. Just get a life, people. Obviously, these people, these so-called elite globalists that want the one world order, you don't have a life. You're not happy. This is what you have to do with yourself. How can I control everything, lock everybody down, and get rid of people? Because that's what I think. I think there's too many people, which is not true. But they say it. And they say it enough. And so everyone in the mainstream media, I'm happy that little by little the truth is coming out one way or the other, because you're going to have to sleep at night with this. But I know you're going to do like the Nuremberg, right? This will be Nuremberg, the next one. And they're all going to say the same thing. I was paid to do it. I had to feed my family. You did. You needed all that money. Okay. So, yeah. The Billy Gates thing, again, I don't have hate for anybody because they don't deserve my energy for that. Love, nonstop. You can always count on that coming from me. But hate, no, you're not worth it. But we need to have an honest conversation. And I was going to go jump over a Rumble for the next half hour, but I already went through my time. So I guess just know that I think I'm going to do that more and more. And some of the stuff is blurred where when I can stop saying something and not. It just seems like I can't say anything if I don't want to get caught up in that social credit bullshit. Just because I don't want them to control me. Not because I'm in fear. I like that feeling of you not knowing everywhere I go and everything I do. I get off on that. Just like other psychopaths get off on knowing everything you do and everywhere you go. It's that simple. Yeah. Like my independence and my little personal power. So but here's what I am going to do. I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to start a new stream in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And I'm going to dedicate the entire thing on a Tom MacDonald reaction to his new song, Ghost. Or I leave it for Wednesday, which is always my official reaction day. I want to see your comments if you're with me live right now. Let's see who's here. What's going on? What did I miss? And again, I wish and I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Much love. Who's here? Victor, welcome. Hey, Michael, welcome. Michael Burstein. I hope I said it right. Yo, what? So Michael saying, throwing a hissy fit over being asked to wear a mask and during the peak of a global pandemic shows how immature narcissists and quote free thinkers are. Weaponizing courtesy and respect for others. For a minute, you took me back there. I love your voice, Michael. You're definitely one that keeps it. You bring the other side over here, and I really appreciate it. That's a good one. I like it, and I think you're funny too. I like your style. So, but throwing a hissy fit. Well, you could say it's a hissy fit. I would like to call it. Because some people are throwing hissy fits, but I wouldn't. I literally will not. And if you tell me to, and if you force it on me, or it's like, or again, it just reminds me of Nazi Germany and the Star of David shit. It's like, it's just not going anywhere good. Number one. Number two. So my instinct is like, no. Okay? Meaning that's the feeling I'm getting. You don't care about me. That's not the feeling I'm getting. 100%. Without a doubt. There's not even a cell in my body that makes me think that. But the proof is in the pudding. The masks don't work. If they worked, we would have had the curve. If they worked, people were wearing them. People stayed at home. It didn't work. Because I think instead of maybe looking at people having hissy fits, why not understand that we're just mere mortals, mere humble humans? What the fuck do we know? We don't know shit. And every century we know. But of course, everybody thinks we know more now because there's more modern technology. Yeah, and there's more fucked up and incorrect and tainted surveys and research all the time. That's the fact. What was that? Did you guys hear that? So it's not about hissy fit. Actually, I think that's a form of projection where if you're seen as hissy fit, are the people that have a problem with the people not wearing the mask, aren't they having the hissy fit over people not wearing the mask? Because I got that. I got that when I was walking down the street back when everybody was wearing it. I'm like, I'm in the street. And there's like hardly anybody in the street because everybody was in lockdown. And I remember this older couple walking across the street. I mean, it happened all the time, but this specifically because I was crossing the street going to the store with a friend of mine. And this couple went like this with their hand. And they're like, hello, you need to do your thing. It's like, who the fuck are you? Are you my mother? Are you my God? No. Do I pay you? Do you pay me? No. Am I walking in your house? Am I walking in your business? No. If you want somebody to wear a mask, that's a personal problem. Actually, if you wear the mask, if you're wearing it, doesn't that protect you? If you believe it protects you, then you wear it, done. And you're protected. Done. But the spread will still happen because people are still not washing their hands. You can't disinfect all surfaces according. If we're really going to go back to this about having a hissy fit, it actually makes you sick. Ask a real doctor, not a paid doctor, not a sold out doctor, or a mad scientist, because they do exist. Again, the Nuremberg trials. We should talk about that. We should all watch that, the whole thing, from beginning to end, and then let's sit down and talk. But I've asked every single doctor I've been to. And I've even asked them, why are we doing this? You know, it doesn't work. And they said, I know, it's hospital policy. I've asked several of them. They all answered the exact same shit. I said, you tell me in my face right now that this does anything. It just makes common sense. If I'm breathing dirty, bad breath into a mask, I mean, you don't... And I know someone could say, well, you're not a scientist or you're not a doctor. You're not an expert. Ask any doctor if germs get on masks from the inside, from your own breath. I mean, if you have bad breath, the fucking mask is going to smell like bad breath. We need to chill out with that shit. Because that's the other thing. You're going to die. Every time you get in your car, every time you get on a train, on a plane, you got the chances of dying. So then what's the purpose? What are you preventing? It's all bullshit. What are you preventing? What are you preventing? You're going to die. Who cares? And I said it during the whole pandemic. I said, go ahead. I'm okay with dying. And then, by the way, did you look at the numbers on how many have died from the jab versus from the so-called invisible enemy labeled in my book, just because I don't like to be tracked, crotch 19. These are facts. It's even on the CDC. You can there. It's there. They can't deny it. Michael, Olga's a good friend of mine. We can be honest. Michael has worked with me. We have done some events together. He's been my photographer. He's amazing. And yeah, I love the honesty. Hey, Robert, Leja, welcome. Gregory Paul, welcome. Gemini 25X2, welcome. Great to see you guys. Aviator 225, how you doing? How's everybody doing? What's going on? I'm telling you, man, we don't know shit. I'll tell you what does work. Taking care of each other. Looking after each other. Respecting each other. Eating right. People are mentally and physically healthier when they're living in love. Matter of fact, I just wrote this. Oh, guys. Oh, wait till I come back. Do you know I had a dream also of Tom McDonald and Nova Rockefeller just last night? Crazy. It was so great. I mean, I don't remember much of it because the cat woke me up. Funny how the cat woke me up. I'll tell you guys all the details. But seriously, it was gorgeous. Wait a minute. I'm looking for my notes. Anyway, but yeah, you can look it up. You guys look it up. It's scientific fact that people are healthier and mentally and physically when they are loving and giving love. A mask, if I shit on you, if I stress the fuck out of you, you're probably going to get sicker. No matter what it is, the illness is. We know this. Michael says, if it smells bad, it's working. Ew, that's so gross. That is so gross. That's like me wearing underwear for weeks. And people do that. That's the other thing. Nobody wants to talk about how dirty these masks are and how nasty they are, but as long as you wear it. See what I'm saying? It's a subconscious sickness. That's what it is. There's no proof. Show me the proof. Show me. Send it to me. Honestly. And that's what I would love to do. And on the next live, we're going to get into it. For sure. But again, I'm not supposed to talk about it on this. This is why I'm going to go to Rumble and I'm going to Locals. But before I get any further, did anybody answer the fact that should I go ahead and do the reaction of Tom McDonald today? You guys going to come back with me in 5 minutes? I'm going to do a specific stream just for that. Or I'll just see you Wednesday. I mean, we'll have coffee talk tomorrow. All natural, raw, and real. But how about that? What do you guys say? What do you think? Jesus. Not giving. I dated a girl and I swear she had crotch 19. Love wins, baby. Love wins. Beautiful. Frankie Blaze, welcome. Saludos, Olga. From Parker, Colorado. Love it. I hope you had a blessed Christmas. Ditto. To you and all your loved ones and everybody in this chat, whether you're here in the live chat or the replay, everybody at Rumble, love, much love for you. Make sure to leave a chat in the live chat or comment later underneath. Let's get the party going, started, continued. When I'm off and I'm not on the live and quote, you guys are holding the fort and I'm coming back. We'll pick up right where we left off. Yeah, who says we can't party all the time? See? That's the other thing that's great about being able to do these lives with you guys, because the club doesn't have to close at 2 o'clock. But I do have to take my breaks. I have to go to the restroom, and I'm not going to sit here and let you guys just watch the screen. You know what? And I'm still working on having some guests. I guess people are just busy with the holidays, or maybe they're just not interested. If you guys want me to have a certain guest, guys, plug it in. Like, send them my links. Tell them that they should be a guest on my show. Let me know. Put some names down in the comments, whether it's the chat live or the comments below. Oh, yeah, Gregory Paul. I did see that it's a love song. And I was like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know anything about it. So Drew, you saying yes? I take a break. I come back. I do a whole new live stream right today. And I'll do the reaction for Ghost. I feel like today's the right day. But I want to keep it separate from this video. I'm going to start doing that with all the reaction videos. Owen Benjamin is another guest to have. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Make sure to tell him and tag me in it. You know what I mean? That would be freaking awesome, guys. See, there's so many ways we can collaborate and help each other, support each other. All right. So I'm going to go. 5 minutes, I'm coming back. If I don't see any comments that you guys want me to do the reaction today, I'm just doing it Wednesday. That's it. I'm not coming back. I'm going to go to Locals and go vent over there and rant with you guys there. What you think? Look at me. I'm already verklempt like I'm already doing it. I got to do it today. Rumble, I'll be back. I'll be right back in a few. Specifically do a reaction. I know. I guess I'm doing it because I keep saying I'm going to do it. I keep saying, you guys let me know. And then Caveman Steve on Rumble. He's like, I got to go. My battery's dead. Very great to see you guys. Everybody watching on Rumble. Thank you. Much love. Make sure to smash that Rumble. That helps a lot. Help Rumble know that I exist and I'm here. If you're new to my channel, it's just getting started. Stick around. And if you've been here before, welcome back. You guys rock. Love these emojis. Look at this, Robert. Boom, boom, boom. Bolt, 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 bolt. Hearts on fire. Oh, shit. Then we're feeling it. You can do it. Okay, Frankie. I'm coming back, everybody. Give me about 5-10 minutes. I got to set up the next live. Got to take care of, quick break. And I'll be right back. Make sure not to miss this one. I need you guys there live. That's the whole point. It's always better when you guys are with me. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Much love. Many blessings. I'll talk to you very soon.